Okay. Thank you, Masters, for joining today. Our subject, as we have started yesterday, Jonathan Livingston, the seagull. Small recap just to recollect our memory. It talks about Richard Bach is the author. He talks about this little seagull who feels there is something more to the life rather than only to live a life of only looking forward to, like, picking up food and then reproducing like that. What is this life? There should be something more meaningful to my life, like that. When he realizes that and he starts working for it, like how we also realize there is something more to our life, because this is like home, going back home. When we told yesterday about our soul, our body, this lifetime I have taken this name, this form as Meena, and this parents and this family and this satsang, but I have taken like this many lifetimes, like, working on whatever goal I have set. So this time what I have taken, now I have come to the knowledge, okay, this is I am not this body, this is a journey of the soul. It has to go back home, then I have to do meditation, I have to learn a subject a little bit more deeper and work towards it, and then go step by step and reach a stage where there is no second birth for me. Then we are not born again, then we have a choice whether to take birth down, or when we have a choice whether to work in the higher levels of consciousness. So like that, this Jonathan always felt there should be something more. As he was a bird, he always thought, they are like, they are not the body, they have a long wings and they are only short, uh, short, the way they will travel only till the seashore. They live in big groups or gangs of them, and then they go, like, they are not high flying birds, they are short flying birds, like, they don't go for higher flights, like that. So but he always had a dream to fly high, how it is going up high in the sky, and then how it is, like, as we said last time, like these pilots, no, navy pilots, and this how they always wanted to, like, there has to be a inner dream. It cannot come for everybody. That is an inner passion, it comes for them to learn to fly up high. Some people are even going up the elevator or going to a tall raised building, when we look down we get scared sometimes. Before it used to be like that, oh, 24, 25 floors, and coming to newly to Dubai, looking down, you get dizzy, like that. So going up flying means to a higher level, means they had a passion. So same way Jonathan had a passion, and his passion was to go fly high and with a great speed, and then learn the tricks of coming. And he was a failure, he couldn't do it, because, and the parents said, why do you want to do it? And then, no, Jonathan, leave. But then he couldn't do it, and when he was almost trying to give up, okay, maybe I am not built for this high flying. And whenever he failed, when the last time when he was about to give up, there is a brilliant spark which comes into him. If I'm seeing in the night and I'm flying, only owls fly in the night, all the birds sleep in the evening, they go to their own shelter and they sleep. So if I'm doing it, then there is to be a way to overcome my shortcoming. Then my feathers are long, so I have to shorten my feathers and then fly. Like that, he starts his hard work. What we say is, once we know the path also, we have to work hard to reach that. Sometimes we know this is a path, but we take a little slow, like, okay, after this I will do my sadhana, after that I will do my sadhana, like that we take it a little lighter. But Jonathan works really hard that day night, and he attains that whatever speed, like, height and speed wherever he wants to reach. But the result of which was not as happy ending for Jonathan. Everybody outcast him. They say, why are not like others? Whenever we are a little different, there is always, when we are not like others, there is always a opposition, maybe from your family, from your friends. What is this always satsang? What is this always meditating? Why you have to meditate twice? People who are not in this line might not understand what we are doing, what is the subject we are talking. What is there more than this body? You are this body, like that. Who don't know the soul part of the story, they will not understand. There might be opposition from your friends or families or the outer circle. What is this different? Why are you not normal? Same way Jonathan thought, everybody thought, Jonathan, why are you not normal? This is why you can't be like everybody else looking only for food and other things. So when they outcast him, the way Jonathan got promoted to the next level, I feel it is because he never had anger about them. Oh, they did evil to me. Or he never cursed them. Like, when somebody we are trying to do good or we achieved something, others are putting you down. Immediately, why are they putting me down like that? It will come. But Jonathan had a kind heart. He said, they're not understanding me. I don't want honor. I want to experience my love. I want to experience the happiness, what I feel flying. So many can be happy also like me. Everybody I can teach this. There is something more to life. So when Jonathan felt disappointed, but what made Jonathan come to the next step is, even though he didn't, first thing is he didn't think bad about them. He didn't want to, even though he got a little disappointed, he never stopped his learning. He was outcast, so he came away, far away. He never cried, oh, my parents didn't support me, or my, we always, okay, my husband should have stood by me, my parents should have supported me. He never felt that, okay, they outcast me, but he never stopped his learning. He worked on his own alone, harder and harder. So that is where the first part of Jonathan's story ends. As he was working hard, even he was trying to upgrade his skills. Then the master comes. When the student is ready, they say the master will appear. The master comes in the form of, there are two seagulls, same way, like Jonathan knows, only he knows this way of flying up and down. They also fly besides him. They are shining. They are they are shining. They are doing whatever Jonathan learned with great difficulty. They are doing it with ease, and they are doing it with more style and more grace. So Jonathan thinks, okay, what is this? Then he starts talking to them. And then he says, who are you both? Then he say, Jonathan, whatever you have to learn in this stage or in this life, in this earth, you have learned. We have come to take you to the next level. So are you willing? Then Jonathan says, no, I am an outcast. What is, how do you be, where do I belong? I don't belong to anybody. Should I take? Then he sees the way they were flying, and then he gets inspired. Then, Jonathan, if you are ready, we will take you to the next level, higher school, like how you finish your 12th grade and go to college. Like that, they say, Jonathan, you come, you can go to the next level of learning. So Jonathan feels very happy, and then, okay, there is something more to learn from them. So he goes along with them to the next level. And that place, when Jonathan flies over there, he feels, his body also becomes a little bit more lighter, little bit more shinier like them. And then he feels like it's in a different environment. That down, he was the only one are not thinking like others. Here, everybody was in the same, like Jonathan, thinking like everybody wanted to learn, everybody wanted to be in that type of a school where you have, you choose a subject, like I want to be a doctor. Then in that class of 100, only 3 or 4 will want to be in that. So when you go to that college, then all of them want to be in the same thing. So same way Jonathan felt here, everybody wants to learn about flying. Everybody wants to improve their skills. But why there is so less of them? So the second chapter starts with Jonathan feeling, having so many questions. They are all new. So as he lands to this place, there are very few seagulls over there. So all the seagulls come and welcome him. They stand by him. By then, Jonathan is tired of his journey and the tired of understanding the new place and procedures. He just sleeps off. The next day, he meets his master, the first teacher for Jonathan. His name is Sulaiman. Sulaiman the seagull. They are all seagulls, right? Like how we have a master as we are humans. So there is a higher master, Sulaiman the seagulls. And he comes and asks Sulaiman, why we are so less here, Sulaiman? Why back home there were so many of us, thousands and thousands of seagulls? Why we are less here? So the first lesson he learns from Sulaiman is, he says, Jonathan, there are everybody, even me, I have taken longer lifetime, like life after thousands of lifetime, and then we have come to realize the state and we have come here. You're an exception. You learned it very fast. You learned the trick, that you learned the subject, that there is something more to life. So you have come earlier here. So it will take like evolution after, like birth after birth, birth after birth. We have also taken so many birth after birth after birth with different bodies, different families, different lifestyle, everything, to come to this level, to understand, okay, we are not this body, we are this soul, we have a different journey towards the soul we have to do. Same way Sulaiman explains to Jonathan, there is people who don't understand this. They take thousands of lifetime to reach here. That is why very less of us, 1 in a million comes to us. It takes a time, life after life. They do, when they understand the purpose of life, then now we understand there is a purpose of life. All of us are very small group, so we understand, no, this is not only to materialistic, we have to earn money, settle down, children, grandchild. This is only body related. Soul related, we have to grow, we have to meditate, we have to go deep into ourselves to the higher level. Like that, very few of us come to this stage, Jonathan. And then he starts teaching Jonathan the way to fly. That was his dream, to fly perfect. So every day Jonathan takes class. From when it comes to a master and a seeker, or a teacher and a guru, there are certain students who wait for the masters to tell. Okay, they have to tell, you have to do so and so things. Like, there are certain students who follow word to word what the master says, and there are certain students who follow word to word what the master says and do more. Like, you take a child going to school, the teacher is giving a chapter, okay, the teacher is explaining, then the teacher says, do 10 sums. There are children who will do more than that. Yeah, they will, like, they want to know more. That craving for knowledge, there are children who will do 5 of them and go next day. There are children who will at least finish all the 10 and go. There are a few children who will have the craving to learn more before the teacher explores the subject more. They will try to attempt more. Okay. And that type of a student, Jonathan, was in the 3rd level. He will do what Sulaiman taught him, and he will work more and more continuously. And everybody else in the new environment also, they're always felt awe of this bird. This guy, he is a newcomer. He just came and he's working so hard. Every day we can see him progress. Like, every day he wants to learn the subject more and more. What is the secret? Like that, they look like, with great respect to this Jonathan. And as he is learning the skills with Jonathan, as he understood, he practices more and more. Then the higher master comes, the grand master comes. Like how we can say, like, we just go meet a master first, we learn our basics, then we reach a grand master. By the time Jonathan's skill developed into a greater quantity time. So there is a higher master whom Jonathan meets here. His name is Chiang. He was a old seagull. He's an old seagull. He's the one who's like, a great grandmaster, where you see the great grandmaster who are the realized souls, we can say, when it comes to us. When we are comparing Jonathan to us, the grandmasters are the realized souls, the realized masters who knows everything, who knows our secret of our life, who can teach us the subject with their experience, with their knowledge, and which they can guide us step by step towards that self-realization. These are the grandmasters. So same way, Jonathan, after teaching with Sulaiman, he reaches this grandmaster. He is there, Chiang. His name is Chiang. And then he comes slowly to Chiang. And then he asks, he wants to learn from him now. So he is asking, is this heaven? Master, I want. And then slowly he gets the courage. Like, all of us are a little scared when it is a big master, whether we can go and ask them straight away the question, what is our doubt? Maybe they will laugh, maybe they will shout at us, we don't know. But he courageous up, he builds up his courage and goes to this person and asks, is this heaven? Is this place heaven at all? And then the master smiles. Oh, you have started learning again. You have started learning your lessons again, Jonathan. And then he's asking, what happens from here? What is the next step to go? All of us take time to settle down in a new subject, and then all of us will want to work a little more, gaining experience, then to go next step. But Jonathan is so eager, or so much in his quest of knowledge. He is asking this grandmaster, is this heaven, and what is there after this? Where do we reach after this? What do I do after this? So Chiang says to Jonathan, heaven is not a place. Heaven is not a place. It is heaven is be perfect. It is not a place where you will go, where you will take a flight and go to Bangalore, or where you will take to Switzerland or anything. It is not a place to reach. It is being perfect. If you're doing anything perfect in our life, that is like you're being in heaven. And you can make your life heaven, or you can make your life hell. What it is not that we are seekers, nothing will come to us. We are working honestly. We are very God very religious. We are believing in a supreme power, and we are doing. But then in life, for all of us, ups and downs are there. Happiness, sadness, difficulties is equal to everybody. How we see that is what makes us a different. When we are in this path, then we get the courage, we get the knowledge, and then we know how to utilize it. Okay, this happens to everybody. This is body related pain. This soul is always inside me, is always in the Sachidananda state. I have to be in that soul level and then be a witness to whatever happens, and we take it. Maybe a fight with the husband or the child or the in-laws, or whatever happens. So it is in our hands to make this place a heaven, or it is in our hands to make it feel depressed. Oh, my girl is not listening to me, my child is not doing this, and make a hell out of our lives. So that is what the first lesson the Chiang tells. Heaven is not a place to go, Jonathan. Heaven is being perfect. Whatever we do, if we are doing it perfect, we will feel happy. We feel like we are in heaven. That's what the first lesson. Even a house cleaning, when we do a thorough cleaning of your kitchen or thorough cleaning, oh, you feel so happy. You feel so bliss, inner happiness inside us. Or that for a child, if he has mastered a lesson, he will feel happy. Oh, I can answer any question in this. So anything we do to the perfect level, that's what heaven is. And there is no other place to travel to reach there. Like that, he says, it is not a place, it is being perfect. And the master has noticed, the grandmaster Chiang has noticed from Sulaiman how Jonathan is learning. So he says, you want to reach a higher speed. You are very fast flyer. Jonathan, you enjoy the speed. Um, then he says, then Jonathan feels very happy. Oh, the grandmaster, I have been a good student. The master has noticed my performance in the lower level, so I have been a good student. When he feels happy, you will touch heaven in the moment you touch perfect speed. It is not about flying 1,000 miles per hour of flying, or the speed of light. There is no limitation. Perfect speed is being that, like, heaven is being perfect, and perfectness is being that, being for example, if you see there's a 100-meter race, there are people running for it. There is always okay, I have done it in certain minutes. Next year in the Olympics, there is always somebody to beat my limitation. Then they will run faster. Okay, a new record is created. Where am I? It is forgotten. Okay, I have reached that, but it is forgotten. It is not that you're racing against your speed. It is being there, being in that moment everywhere. That is what it is. Being perfect. Heaven is being perfect, and the perfect speed is sun being there. Always being in that, for us, if we take always being in that state of happiness, permanent happiness inside us, is a heaven. It is a perfect speed. So Jonathan always wants to race against the time. So the master says, perfect speed is being there, my son. And the third lesson he starts to the grandmaster. The grandmaster is talking to Jonathan, like standing next by each other, and then by a wink, but Jonathan just winked his eyes. The grandmaster flew far away, and he's like in a far away distance. And then by the wink of the eye, he came next. And Jonathan is, what magic is this? I have never seen anything like this in my life. What is this? And then he says, Master, what did you do right now? What did you do right now? I just can't. It took time for him to even absorb. Master just flew. In a second, he was somewhere, and in a second, he thought he's flying high speed, and he thought he wanted to capture this much, this much record break I have to do. And then the master in a minute goes to a faraway cliff. And then second minute when he opens his eyes, he sees this. Then he says, he asks his master. Jonathan was so dizzled. He forgot about heaven. He forgot about all the other question and answers. How did you do it? How can you do it? And can you teach me this? This art, I want to learn it from you, master. Like that, Jonathan comes and asks the Chiang. I said, then the master explains to him, this is a beautiful, you can go any place, any time that you wish to go, Jonathan. The way to do it is, think you have already reached there. Okay, that is the way we are taught manifestation. When we say you think you are already there, then you can reach any place, any time. Okay, that is the perfection you will gain. When you have to first think you have reached there. So Jonathan says, okay, please, traveling for the sake of perfection, you can go anywhere. For the sake of traveling, you will not reach. I have to reach there, I have to reach there, Jonathan was thinking. For that, you cannot reach. But I want to be perfect in that area, you will reach over that, like that. Can you teach me to fly? And tell me, from now, I am ready to do that. That is what Jonathan starts his main lesson with his grandmaster. Okay. Jonathan said, I thought to reach somewhere, I have to fly fast to reach. It is not that, you must begin to think you have already arrived there. That is what nowadays grandmasters teach us. You already, if you listen to Joe Dispenza, he says, if you make a wish, you already feel you have received it. Okay, if I want my daughter to go to a good college, she has just finished 12th. Okay, I already feel she's in that college. I already feel we have got an admission. I already feel that happiness inside me without any doubts. Then will she get the mark? Will she get above 90? Will I be able to, will there be competition? Will her admission will happen without any doubts, without any, without any doubts, 100% belief she has already reached there, which helps you reach over there. The trick, according to, stop seeing ourselves trapped in the limited body. Our soul, we are limitless. We can do whatever we want. Anywhere, you can go any place, and we are all pervading. That is what our true nature is. As per our Vedas, as per our Upanishads also, our true nature is not inside. We are not trapped inside this body. Our soul is all pervading. How we felt our soul, we are from that universe. We are from the Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi, when we say we are one of that Brahman. So what we are inside is pure love, pure with compassion, pure in such a pure state. We are one with everybody. That is what we are. That is our nature. That is our true nature. We are not limited at all. Nothing harms us. Nothing comes to us. None of the six enemies come us. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. What we say, nothing attaches to us. That is what Chiang teaches Jonathan. And Jonathan works with the grandmaster. He learns day and night and day and night. As we told, Jonathan is not the last bench. He is always in the first bench student. Anything little he learns, and he wants to practice, and he keeps practicing. Every time he keeps practicing, not seeing yourself. Then the master keeps on explaining, don't see, you're not trapped as a limited body. Your true nature is limitless. You as perfect as, you can live perfectly any place, anywhere, any space and time. That is what even Krishna says, we are sarva vyapi, we are everywhere, we are all pervading throughout the universe. That's what in Gita also he says like that. Jonathan then, day in and day out, every day he tried, but he didn't even go an inch. He didn't proceed. He didn't he tried, he works hard, he didn't move even a little bit. How the master moved to a faraway place and came back, he was not able to do. Then he said, Chiang said, forget about faith. You don't need to have faith to fly. You have to understand. You have to have a firm understanding of the knowledge to reach over there. That is what he says to Jonathan. Standing in the shoes, Then Jonathan standing with the master, closing his eyes, and he's concentrating, taking in all the details of his teaching, understanding I am the limitless body, I am not limited in this body, I am not this limited in this, I am unlimited, I can do, I am the perfect unlimited soul. He connects to his soul, and then in a minute, lastly, he gets transformed, like he and his master are standing alone in a different shore. After all the teaching has sunk into him deeply, deeply, then he opens his eye, Master, where are we? I am the perfect unlimited Kal. Chiang tells him in a flash, and then he's in a joy, he's in a bliss. Opens it, he was alone with the master in a different shore. The master says, at last you got the idea. Jonathan is jumping in joy. Oh, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works. And of course, it'll always work when you know what we are doing. That's what the master says. He says, oh, it works, this works. Until we reach, until we know the trick of the thing, then we reach over there. Until then, it is a difficult, like a string hopper, we keep rounding and rounding. But once we know the trick, once we learn that art, like even you take a max problem or something like that, there is a formula given. There are certain children who will take a long time going, and there are certain children who will work very intelligently, how in a shortcut. And then when the teacher teaches a shortcut, they can little more shortcut they will work and do like that. Once we understand the subject, once we are deep into the subject, we can do it anything in a, like, in a, like Jonathan, it works. It worked for Jonathan. Finally, he got the grasp of the knowledge, and then it worked for him. Jonathan says, Master, it works. It will work, Jonathan. It always works when we know what we are doing. We should first understand where we are keeping our feet. What are we learning? What is this? And when we understand that, it always we are successful. We succeed in that. So Jonathan and the master come back to the small group, wherever he is, and everybody is congratulating Jonathan. Every other bird, gull, whoever is working, they're all before Jonathan. They were all there. Jonathan was the latest entry. He was the last student in the batch, but he achieved the great mastery because of his hard work. I always tell children, hard work always plays. Hard work always gives you results. Like, we say like that because of it. And Jonathan feels a little shy. Everybody is congratulating him. Everybody is, oh, you have mastered it so very fast, Jonathan, like that. And he comes back with the master. Chiang says, you can do, like, you do your practice now, Jonathan, and then work on two important things, qualities, he says. Work on kindness and love. Two simple qualities you must practice. These are the teachings of the Grand Master to Jonathan. After he learned and after he got successful, work on kindness and work on love. Like that, the Grand Master Chiang says. And then after a few days, it was time for the master to leave. Like Jivan Muktas, like how these saints and like Ramakrishna or like Ramana Maharshi, there is a time they leave the body and they become one with the Supreme Self. Like that, it was a time for this Grand Master to leave. Jonathan has, like, final stages. He has absorbed everything very fast, and he started Master. Whatever he had to learn from Master, he's learned and he keeps practicing on it. And then the Master told these last two advices or last two teachings to Jonathan, and he vanished. Master just his wings and his body just glows, and he just vanishes in thin air. And then he goes to the next higher level. The Master Chiang disappears in front of Jonathan. Keep working on love, and the Grand Master was gone. So Jonathan and now the first teacher whom Jonathan went first with, Sulaiman. So they both are, like, working on, they train the next batch of girls who have come. They start training. They work with them, and when the Grandmaster left, the last two words what the Grandmaster gave for him, Jonathan starts working on that. I should be more spreading more love. I should be having kindness in me, when the master said. Then one day he talks to the Sulaiman. Sulaiman, I want to go back to my flock. I want to go back. I want to see if there is somebody like me who has come out of that. Like, I had the wish, I worked hard, and if there is somebody there, I want to help them. So that shows his kindness. We will never go back to a place where we are not welcome. When somebody is not unwelcoming to us, we never want to go back. Oh, they were rude to me. Why will I want to go back there? But when the master said work on kindness, that is where he said, I have to work my second part of the journey. Then Jonathan says, no, why you want to go there? Here, there are students who want to learn from you, Jonathan. Teach these people. Why you want to go there? Suleiman says, don't leave here and go, Jonathan. Teach people who are here. Now they are, they are your students. Don't leave them and go, because there we don't know whether you will be accepted. You were not accepted before also, right? And so what if there is nobody wanting to teach from you? But Jonathan has made up his mind. Um, he wants to go back to his place in earth and start teaching. Then he tells Sulaiman, you are there, and there are other people here to help these students, but there is nobody to help them. That's how grandmasters spread their wings. Once the batch is ready, then they will spread it. You teach this, you teach this, and then they want to come to a new area and work again for a new students. Who can, how much ever we can spread knowledge is the work of the main masters, whoever comes to this earth. From rishis, all the people, they want to spread maximum people. It is not the 10 people I have made them good students. The teacher never says, okay, I have finished with this batch, the next batch comes, then they want to teach the next batch the same thing. Like that, Jonathan says, no, I want to go back home. I want to see if there is somebody who's interested like me. I want to teach them. I want to go back home. Then Suleiman says, I will miss you, Jonathan. I will miss you very much. And Jonathan says, Suleiman, you are already here, so you can bring up more people like you. So where it is needed, I have to work there. I have to go there and work, like that. And then he gets Sullivan, we are connected. What we learned here, we are not going to miss each other. Time and space is not a problem at all. You are just connected with soul. You are oneness. So after learning all this, what you're saying, I'll miss you. We are always together, everywhere, any place. So I want to now explore what is happening down with my group of flock. So Jonathan flies back and comes to where he left, where his original home was, where he left. There he finds, when he comes back, there he finds one more seagull. His name is Fletcher. As per the story, also we have to go now. His name is Fletcher, and he is working hard on Jonathan. Like Jonathan, he is working to fly up high. He is not able to reach. Fletcher is he gets very angry. What these people, like how Jonathan was, but he had a little, not like Jonathan, he had a little anger quantity in him. Why these people are always going after food, and then just each like that, fighting amongst themselves, gossiping or whatever it is. That is not for, that is something more we have to learn. So like that, he keeps alone. He is also like Jonathan, alone, trying to learn the art of flying. Then Jonathan sees him. Then he says, maybe he was also trying like Jonathan. They outcast Fletcher also. So Fletcher is alone. It's a small bird again. And then he is trying to learn. So Jonathan meets Fletcher. Then he says, you want to learn how to fly high? I can teach you. Come with me. So Fletcher is very happy. So he is, his purpose of life, he feels, Jonathan has reached his purpose of life. Whatever I have learned, I have to spread it to more people. So he is very happy. There is somebody who has already started. So they start their flying school. They have to, we can call that as a flying school. They start the flying school there. And then he shows Fletcher what he starts teaching to this Fletcher. The trick of the trade, we can say, how do you fly up? You fold your wings, you dive like this. This is a speed. Break the chain. He says, don't have this thought you're limited with the body. You're not, your whole body is wingtip to wing like, the long wings, don't think like that. You can be anywhere where you want. All the teaching, Jonathan starts to teach Fletcher. So these two, when they start their class with two students, now they are learning near the original family of group of birds were there. So everybody becomes a little curious. What is these two birds are doing over there? Jonathan has come back and Fletcher is doing. What is that? So the third part of the story will be how Jonathan trains Fletcher and how they influence many people to follow them, and how there is a big group of flyers whom he gets in this from his own hometown. So that actually, as a spiritual seeker, that is what we also have to do. Like I learned from Karmaji, and next Karmaji can take a class. She can find few more students. She can teach Jonathan Seagull. She can take Ashtavakra Gita, like that, Vinitaji, all. That is how we have to continue in our, as we teach, we grow also. When I tell I grow, I learn again and again. Then as we teach, we grow in our subject also. So that is what Jonathan, and what brought him back is the two words the master said: act of kindness and love. The soul is very happy, as we saw last time also. There is no nothing else in that. The soul is happy when we are pure, pure, pure. When we are pure, we, for a minute, sometimes it is not that all the time we are having anger, all the time we are not having jealousy, envy, nothing. It just comes in. Like how even now we dust our house, the doors are closed, but still the dust seeps in. After 2 days, if we don't dust, there is a, and then we have to again take the window cleaner and wipe, like that. Sometimes the situation, sometimes we get, it is not that always we are in that all that negative qualities in us. It is just a passing thing. So as we progress, as we work, we progress to the pure state where it doesn't affect us. Once we reach that Sachidananda state, then all these, that is, we are always clean. It is sparkling all the time, like, we are always shining all the time, like that. Jonathan starts teaching. Now we will see the next path of Fletcher and Jonathan, how their journey is and what all happens to them, and then the end, how Jonathan goes to the higher level as the master went, like that. So this is the second part of Jonathan's story. Anything you didn't follow? Anything? Any questions you have? You can ask.
Clear.
It is clear.
Clear, na? Okay, ma. Thank you. I hope you find it interesting.
Yeah. With your examples, it makes more interesting. Looking your smiling face.
Before,
and
I never
your
had
involvement. You have involved it in the story. That is true.
Yeah, I like this story actually. I had this book so many days, we didn't even I didn't open and see also. Once I said, and then I said, and then for me always, no, as we are teaching this Balavihar classes also, I always have inclination, anything more than before we learn, I should tell my children, never give up, like, work hard. So more than my learning, I like, okay, this book is interesting. Then we made a study class at this book, big class children, no, 9th and 10th grade children. So I told, okay, each of you will study one chapter and come and explain in the class, like that. For me, more than anything, it was always making my children, that interest is always there in me. So I told children, please learn this. And then it was very nice. I liked reading it. And now the second time, third time. So I enjoyed saying it also. I hope you all also enjoyed it, my dear master.
Yeah.
Thank you. Once Karnaji stops the recording, then we will do our meditation. I don't know whether it is stopped or it is still live. I'll just call her once and then... One more thing which I liked is, we always feel we are the like, animal kingdom or a plant kingdom or lower to us. When he gave the example of Jonathan, and then it always inspires me. Being a bird, he can think so much. being a human being, what we are thinking all the time about what to cook next meal, what to cook, what to wash, like that. What are we thinking, like that? I always used to feel also. I always thought, okay, we